This is the matter of, somebody say it for me again. How you say the last name?
Like Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is an adversary hearing and today's date is February the 10th, 2026. If I could have announcements for who's present, please.
Melinda Powell for the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. I'm present. Ready to proceed.
Jerry Morales for respondent father. Judge, I anticipated him being on. I need to get with my assistant to see if we've contacted him this morning. I spoke with him yesterday afternoon, and I did relay some messages to Miss Zavala, but I doubt that she's had an opportunity to speak with the child about it yet.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, Stacy Zavala on behalf of Tanya. She is here with us today. I don't know if there are any agreements today that will cut off the testimony, but if we're going to have testimony in this case, I would ask that we go off of YouTube to protect her privacy.
Thank you. We will do that if needed. Any other parties? Everybody else is just hanging, right? Okay. Do we have an CASA in this yet?
We do not, Judge.
Okay. All right, then, Ms. Powell, if you'll catch us up on what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, I had spoken with Miss Lucero previously, and at that point in time, she said mother was in agreement to work services. However, at that time, father had not obtained an attorney. Since then, father has obtained an attorney, and it's my understanding that he wants the child placed in his home. Miss Lucero did send an email earlier asking about extending the case. I told her that was definitely a question for the court. I don't have any objection to extending this and moving the adversary hearing. However, that would be up to the others to decide. So I think whether we proceed this morning is really going to depend on the father's stance and whether he wants a hearing in regards to placement of the child with him. It's my understanding the child does not want that.
Okay. Then let's hear from Mr. Morales first, since he represents the father.
Your Honor, my paralegal informed me that he actually called this morning, so I'm going to try to figure out why he's not present. I don't think extending would be a bad idea, maybe to give an opportunity for father to sit with Miss Zavala and the child to discuss anything, if Miss Zavala feels that that's appropriate. But he would like her placed with him. He understands there's some reluctance and some issues there. He does live in Georgia, and so that's another issue. But he did.
Not really an issue anymore. Is there a divorce in this case? Is there actual standing in this case for him?
Judge, it's my understanding they were married at the time the child was born. And so there is a case. I've been told that the divorce was out of Washington. I don't have any information. We just found that out, I think yesterday. Okay. And so we haven't had the opportunity to really look into that.
Okay. So it sounds to me like y'all need a little bit more time to get all of the correct documentation to bring before the court. Is that correct?
It would be beneficial, Judge, if we had a little more time to look into all of that.
Okay.
And as far as the department is concerned, the child is safe at this time.
Okay. So she's in protective custody somewhere?
She is, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So your department can get the a certified copy of the divorce by the next hearing?
If we can get information as to where they were divorced, we can certainly make our best efforts to get it. The problem is getting the information as to exactly where the divorce occurred and such. But if we can get that information from one of the parents, we will certainly make all attempts to obtain that. It's my understanding it happened in Washington, so that just causes some issues.
Well, probably if you'll contact the Attorney General's office, there's probably a U.S. case somewhere, I would imagine. So that probably would be a good place for your people to start. Okay, so the divorce is out of the Northwest somewhere, Washington apparently. Child is in a safe place. I think Mr. Morales would like more time to talk to his client. And then let's talk to the attorney ad litem. Mrs. Zavala, where are you on this?
Yes, Your Honor. It has been made clear to all the attorneys that at this time, Tanya is not comfortable going with her father. But I think we can work on setting up some contact, visitation, things like that. I don't think it would be a bad idea to give us a little more time to kind of figure out where we can go from here.
Okay, so let's, everybody get your calendars, because I do agree this needs to be extended. And,
And Judge, I just let in the mother's attorney, so she's present
Okay.
now as well.
okay, great. So Ms. Lucero, I believe that everybody has agreed to extend this. We need to find a divorce decree. We got a few things that need to be done. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you'll get your calendars while I've got everybody on the record so that nobody has to mess with getting notices out. Rachel, if you'll get your calendar, let's set this. I'm seeing that the TMC was granted on January the 27th, so you've got a 28-day window. You'll need a extension. And everybody's agreeing to that. Unless have I heard anybody disagree with that at this point? Okay. All right. We'll let Rachel thumb through her calendar for y'all.
Okay, it's looking like February the 19th is going to be the best date for us, and Miss Zavala is going to be out on the 17th. So we could do the 19th in the morning or at 1:30.
Okay, everybody check your calendars, please.
I am booked that morning on a contested temporary order that's been set for a little while. The afternoon works well though.
I can do
So is
the
it-
afternoon as well.
I can do the afternoon.
Ms. Powell?
I can do afternoon.
Okay, so let's.
Mr. Perellis, would you be available that afternoon?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, and then the child can be available also, if y'all will just make sure. All right. Okay. Are there any issues that need to be taken up before we go off the record and reset this that y'all haven't been able to take care of?
Judge, I would just ask Mr. Perales if he could announce that. My paralegal, apparently she came in and said that he's watching on YouTube. He said he was going to be on, but I guess he's never actually operated Zoom. So he is
Okay.
watching this. And so if we could just tell him the date.
Right.
Señor, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Señor, la cliente del señor Jerry Morales, nomás quieren que anuncie que la próxima audiencia está programada para el 19 de marzo at what time? At 1? On the
1:30.
docket of 1:30?
1:30, yes, sir.
En el orden de la 1:30. Entonces, que si puede estar listo el 19 de marzo a la 1:30.
Judge, I'll get him acquainted with Zoom a little bit better by then.
That would be good. Okay.
Mhm.
And then Ms. Powell, you need to get that TRO extension to me or to Rachel, and then we'll get that signed so that everything's legit on this.
My assistant is working on that right now, Judge.
And Your
Great.
Honor, I
Yes.
don't know that this needs to be addressed in a court order, but I know that there is a local aunt here. From my perspective, it wouldn't hurt anything to go ahead and start a home study. I know that there are lots of issues regarding placement we'll be addressing, and the more information we have, I think the better. But it may be that can be done without an actual order for a home study at this time.
Maybe St. Francis can at least be acquainted with her by the time at the next hearing
Yeah.
to see if just check it out and see if it's even worth looking at the home study. So I would ask St. Francis to at least look at that issue, please. Okay, anything else? Ms. Zavala, does the child have any issues that we need to discuss or have her bring to the court today while she's here?
I don't believe so, but I would like to speak with her when we're finished. And then if she has anything that she would like to say, she's absolutely welcome to do so at this time.
Well, we've got a little window here. We'll have Rachel put you in a room with her and y'all can visit. Does anybody else have anything today?
No, Your Honor, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, interpreter,
Yes,
his
I'm
hand up.
sorry. I made a mistake. I said March 19. It's actually, I think I heard it's February 19 at
Yes,
1:30.
sir. Yes, sir.
Señor, para el beneficio de los que hablan español, es el 19 de febrero. Yo dije 19 de marzo, no es el 19 de marzo. 19 de febrero a la 1:30. Gracias. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. And Mr. Morales, would you like for him to call you right now since you're sitting there in your office?
Yeah, that'd be great, Judge. And I
Okay.
can get a hold of him pretty easy on the phone. That's
Okay.
what I was curious.
Oh, okay. All right. So just tell him, if you would tell him that Mr. Morales will be calling him sometime later today. Okay. All right. Anything else before we go off the record on this, except for Miss Savala and the child, they'll be placed in a room. If you can do that, Rachel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. We'll go off the record and y'all are set for February 19th at 1:30 in an extension. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning,
Morning.
G. Graff and Andrea Lewis on behalf of the department. We're here today for a compliance hearing. What I would ask is if Ms. Lewis would like to give the court an update as to the parents' compliance and progress. I did read her court report. It sounds like it is a good report. So Ms. Lewis, if you could give the court an update, that would be great.
Good morning.
Good
Yes,
morning.
like Mr. Graff said, we do have good things to report. Mom and Dad have been very cooperative with me. I'm able to go into the home. I'm able to see the children in the home and at school. Working with the teachers along with the parents. Mom and Dad have started some services. There's some that they are waiting for the next class to come around for them to be able to start. They will be eligible to take the rational behavior class, on February 17th. And then the sexual abuse education class will be offered in March. And so the plan is for them to participate in that class with Troy Timmons. They have both started their individual counseling, and they've each had, I think, 1 or 2 sessions of that, and that is going well. Mom completed some paperwork for the PHASE program, which is a community resource that will come to the home and work with the parents to address behaviors, work on establishing a routine and those kinds of things. The family's had some transitional stuff going on. They've had to move, and thankfully they were able to move into a bigger place where they're not so crowded, and that may be much better for everyone. And so now that they're getting settled in that new residence, we hope that the PHASE program can start. Otherwise, they're doing very well. Mom has done a really good job of communicating with me anytime there's issues at school or daycare, or the kids have hurt themselves or needed to go to the doctor and those kinds of things. So the communication between Mom and I has been great. Same with Dad. I just talked to Mom more. So we're doing we're doing well. Everybody's doing well.
Good. Good. It sounds like it. In fact, maybe they could be a team to inspire other parents. Wouldn't that be great?
Would be
Okay.
great. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Nowak, do you have anything to add?
I don't think so. Andrea, one quick question. Would you say that these folks are in compliance today?
Yes, I would.
Excellent. I like hearing that Elizabeth is in such good contact with you. I preach to my clients, that's the quickest way out of this CPS stuff, is just keep in contact with your worker. Judge, that's all I have. Andrea, thank you so much.
Thank you.
welcome.
Mr. Hill, anything from you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Lewis, Mr. Lloyd was telling me that, and he either said or I didn't say, or I don't recall, but there's some class or counseling or something that they're doing, that he tells me that he and his wife both do at the same time. And I think he told me it was an all-day class, but it prevents them from being able to pick the kids up from school. So they need some relief some way, somehow from that class to be able to, for one or the other of the parents to be able to pick up the children.
Okay, I'm going to see them this week, and so we'll talk about that. That class is scheduled for the 17th, and it's from 8 to 4. And so we'll see what we can do, and if we need to, one can do it in February, and then one can do it in March. So
Okay,
we
perfect.
we
Yeah,
can
just-
stagger that if we need to. That's not a problem.
Great,
That's
thank
great.
you. Mr. Lloyd was very concerned about that, so thank you.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Ms. Zavala, anything from you?
Yes, Your Honor, I got to meet with the kids and also talk with school and daycare personnel. It does appear like parents are working really hard, and
It
I
does.
thank them for their efforts. These are some high need kids. We still have lots of issues we need to address, but everybody's moving in the right direction. One of the things that it sounds like from school perspective is focusing on potty training for 3 of the 4 kids. I think maybe Catherine was there and then fell back over Christmas break. Looks like she's back to being on track. But I'm impressed with how hard the parents are working. But we do have a lot of needs for these kids that'll need to be addressed over the next few months.
Wonderful. Okay. Sounds like everything is going as planned and on track. So anything else from anybody today?
No, ma'am.
Let me commend the parents. You are exemplary in this situation. It's most people do not cooperate to the level that y'all have, and I just want to be sure and recognize that. The next hearing in this matter will be on May the 5th. In that 9 o'clock docket, which you'll get your actual date from. And I do find at this time that there is reason to leave this case open so that these services can be worked, but that everyone is cooperating. And hopefully this case will be dismissed before that May date if everything can be accomplished. So anything further on this case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank y'all very much. If you're here on the 9:45, which is Serrata, that has been reset. And Rachel, do you have the date on that?
Yes, Judge, I have it for 2/19 at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, and I do have something to say real quick, just so everyone knows. I am not Jason Lloyd's wife at all.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you, Ms. McNeil. Okay, Mr. Lloyd, you're free to go. Ms. McNeil, y'all are all free to sign off. Okay, anybody else? I think we've got everything on the 9:45, and so the next time we'll open up on this is 10:15. We have an initial permanency on more.
Judge, this
All
is
right.
my only matter before you this morning. With your permission, I'll sign off. Nice to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Likewise, Judge, with your permission, I'm going to sign off.
Okay, thank y'all very much. We'll see you next time. The matter of more. This is an initial permanency hearing. Today's date is February the 10th, 2026. And if I could have announcements, please.
Melinda Powell for the Department of St. Francis Permanency Specialist. Today is Garrett Nunmeyer.
Savannah Kincaid, I represent Miss Blount. If you could just keep an eye on her for the waiting room, but Your Honor, the last phone number I have for her is no longer working, so I'm unsure if she'll be here today.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Thank you. And you're the guardian ad litem. Okay, Miss Powell.
And Judge, I don't know how you conduct your hearings, if you want just an update from the caseworker, or if you want to do question answer. I haven't had hearings with you before.
As long as there's nothing really contested, I'm fine with the update.
Okay, I think we can just provide an update, Judge. It has a housekeeping matter prior to Mr. Nunmeyer providing the update. We did get paternity testing back in regards to the alleged father, Paul Moore. He was determined to be the father. And so we just asked that he be adjudicated today based upon that paternity testing. And I believe that has been filed with the court. And with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Nunmeyer.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So couple things on the case. I'll start with the kids. Caden, Kylan, and Kenley are all doing pretty good in school. Kylan is on an ADHD med called Concerta at the moment. They're all doing weekly therapy with Kristen Meeks over at Texas Boys and Girls Ranch. As far as the family planning service goes, the dad in this case, Paul, has been very responsive when I've called PDCJ to try to get a hold of him. He's not able to do any services while he's incarcerated at the moment. He does think he's going to get out in the near future. I've been having a hard time getting a hold of Camilla. I was able to get a hold of her for a little bit last Thursday, and was trying to talk with her about progress. She did hang up on me after about 30 seconds, though.
So Garrett, has she engaged in any services at this time, to your knowledge?
Not that I'm aware of, and she hasn't gone and done UAs the last 4 times. She's also not been able to do the past 3 visits.
And she can't do the visits because she doesn't do the UAs. Is that Judge Baker's standing?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
Like she's not attended the visit.
She just doesn't come. Okay. Okay. All right. Family members, have you found anybody out there?
I have not found anyone that would be suitable placement for these kids.
Even now that Mr. Moore is adjudicated, does he have any family members?
He did not. Last time I talked to him, he couldn't think of anybody that he would feel like would be a good option for that. But I will keep asking.
Good. Thank you. Anything, Miss Kincaid?
No updates, Your Honor. Mr. Neidmeyer, if you don't mind, can you send me the phone number via email that you contacted her on? The one that I have now goes to a totally different person.
Yeah, I will send it to you. It's the one she contacted me on last week, and so I assume it's the most up to date.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ms. Zavala?
Your Honor, I got to visit with the kids. They're doing very well. I did have, I wanted to kind of follow up on family. I know in the past there were lots of names that were identified, and I do know there were some real concerns. So I'm going to follow up with Mr. Neidmeyer and see. I thought there was at least one aunt that might be a possibility, but we can address that, you know, off the court record. But the children are doing very well in placement.
Is that a maternal or paternal aunt?
I am unsure at this point which one. I've got lots of different names, and so I'll just check in with Mr. Neidmeyer and we can kind of go over the list. But it's a little unclear to me. The kids were kind of thinking that maybe the visits weren't happening because of the weather before, you know, a few weeks ago. I think they would like those visits to happen. But so there's some disappointment out there, but the kids themselves are doing very well. And I do recommend that placement continue.
And they are all together at the home in Lubbock, I guess. Is that correct?
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
So they see each other all the time.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And does anybody know if Mr. Moore has had a relationship with these kids?
Per what he was telling me, he said that the first few years of their lives, he was pretty active in it. According to him.
Okay, so he wants to get involved in the case then when he gets out.
Yes.
Okay, have you had an opportunity to set up services for him in the prison that he's in?
I have not.
Okay, have you talked to the social worker there?
I have emailed with his LPS, but I will bring it back up with her again.
Well, now he's adjudicated, you probably need to. Okay. Mr. Moore will be adjudicated as the father of all 3 children today. Also, since he is incarcerated, he does, Rachel, need to have an attorney appointed for him. I assume that's the way that Judge Baker does it. And probably needs to. We're halfway through this case, so I will order that happen also. And I think that's about it for everybody. I guess if Ms. Zavala, if you will be sure and follow up on that possible aunt, that would be great. And I find that the mother is not in compliance at all. I do find that the department has made all reasonable efforts at this point in time to reunify, and cannot do that because the father's incarcerated and the mother's not complying. So also, this is the hearing that we're to set the final hearing. The next hearing in this matter is set for, I think I read over that, June the 9th of 26, and also the final at this time is set for August the 18th of 2026 also. Is there anything else before the court today?
No, Your Honor, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So we'll adjudicate the dad, get him a lawyer, and I think that's all that we did to clean up. And sorry that mom's not complying, but maybe dad will get on the stick here. So, all right. If there's nothing further, if you got anything, wave at me. Otherwise, we'll go off the record. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Judge. And Judge, are you on the 1115 Smith case?
I am not on anything called Smith.
She's
I'm
talking about
It's
MacArthur,
Mc-
Judge.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, it's
MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Okay. Yes, the one, it's being reset. It will be an extension, and I believe Ms. Powell's getting a formal extension filed sometime before the deadline runs out. And it's being reset to March the 10th at 1:30. Is that correct, Rachel?
Yes, Judge. I hadn't heard back from Savannah about
Oh.
whether we needed anything today, so.
Oh,
We
on
don't,
that.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
I missed it. Do we need to appear for the 1115, or I'm happy to appear, I just didn't know.
If you're in agreement, I think everybody else is, that we'll
Okay.
just do, that's why I'm asking for a formal extension. So that'll be in the extension, the reset will be.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay. In the matter of Brown, this is a permanency review before final order hearing. Today's date is February the 10th, 2026. And if I could have announcements for who's present, please.
Melinda Powell for the department. The St. Francis Permanency Specialist today is Aaron Quinstead.
Thank you.
Jeff Hill on behalf of the father, William Brown. He's present already.
Thank you.
Stacy Zavala on behalf of the children.
Thank you. Ms. Powell.
And Judge, just as before, are you okay with the worker just giving an update in regards to the status of everybody?
Yes, it looks like this case is making a nice turn, so that's fine.
Okay. I don't see Aaron on here. Aaron, would you just update the court on the children and the progress of Mr. Brown?
Yes. So both of the kids, or excuse me, all four of the kids remain in the same placement that they were at the previous hearings. Ariana and Izzy are doing really well in their placement. Adonis is also doing well, but I do have some concerns about him needing possibly some play therapy, and we are looking at getting that set up with his foster parents. And for the oldest child, Mr. William Brown Jr. the third, he's got some issues that I've recently been made aware of in terms of his educational needs. I was informed that the school is pursuing truancy charges. I don't have much information as of right now, since this is new information to me as of about a day ago. I don't particularly know why those issues have arisen. I've not been informed prior to my initial notification that he had missed any school at all. And it does appear that he's being dropped off. They're waiting to watch him to go into the school. It seems that he's electing to not attend those classes once he's physically at school. Apart from that, all of the kids are healthy and are current on all their medical and dental needs.
And what about Mr. Brown's progress?
So Mr. Brown has made good progress in terms of attending his therapy sessions, as well as attending some AA classes. He's also submitted to more drug testing as requested, but he has still not been able to provide a negative hair follicle to me or the department throughout the life of the case. But he has tested negative on his UAs since September.
And Ms. Quinsett, his hair follicles are actually, the numbers are actually going down, is that correct?
They have gone down, but he's had one in September and December. But if his last date of use is July, or stated date of use is July, he should still have been negative in December. And so since he does not feel that that's an accurate reflection of where his number should be, he has stated that he took his own drug test. I believe January 13th or 26th. I can't remember the exact date. And so we're waiting to get those results back still.
Okay, and what is the current plan in regards for the case permanency?
Family reunification concurrent with relative adoption. And so since we currently don't have any relatives known to us at this moment, I have completed the steps needed to request a family engagement meeting to try to locate other family placements.
Okay. Now, other than the hair follicles that continue to remain positive, has Mr. Brown completed his other services?
Yes.
Okay. So he's actively engaging. Our big concern is we just need that negative hair follicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are there any other issues that the court needs to be aware of?
Not that I can think of at this moment.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Mr. Hill?
Thank you, ma'am. The dirty drug tests, is it marijuana or is it something else?
It's methamphetamine.
No further questions.
Ms. Zavala?
Ms. Quinsett, I don't want to go into detail on YouTube, but William, the child, has had some medical issues recently and has missed some school because of that. Is that correct?
Yes, but that wouldn't cause him to be receiving truancy charges.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that the school has all the documentation so we can get an accurate picture of how many days he's missing. And once we have that, could you forward that information to me?
Yes, and we have requested an emergency ARD be set up so that in addition to trying to suss out what's been going on with these truancy charges, trying to provide him with some special education resources. He has not, as far as I'm aware, previously qualified for that, but I think in light of how poor his grades have been and his truancy charges, as well as him wanting to participate in GED classes, and my initial hesitancy to let that happen was because I didn't think he was disciplined enough to do that. And then I think with these truancy charges, I think that validated my concern. So I'm hopeful that this ARD can help with providing him with that additional support.
I don't know that either myself or Kelly could attend that, but could you provide us the information on the scheduling for that ARD?
Yes, and generally, since I'm not usually always in that location or city where it happens, I do ask that they provide a link. So if you can attend virtually, perhaps maybe Kelly can.
That would be great. Thank you.
And be sure you include Mr. Brown in that too, please.
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, those are all the questions I have. Ariana and Izzy very much want to be reunified with Dad as soon as possible, and they had asked me to pass that message along. Ariana is very much aware of the drug test issue, and her first question to me was, how did the one my dad paid for turn out? She's very much aware of that particular issue. It sounds like the visits are going very well. And those visits also include Mr. Brown's new wife. Both girls said that those have been very helpful and that they really enjoy those visits with her. I think as we start moving towards reunification, I'd like to meet with St. Francis about just some concerns about that placement, but I think they're easy to manage. I think we can work through those as we are looking at reunification. Ariana very much would like to attend the final hearing, and she asks if it can be scheduled in the afternoon so that she could do that, the one in March. And I was scheduled for a visit with William, and he did not choose to participate in our scheduled visit. So I will be rescheduling that to meet with him. But as of right now, I do recommend that all of those placements continue, and hope we can work towards some sort of reunification schedule as soon as we get a clean hair follicle.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Powell, anything else?
No, Your Honor, not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Hill, would you like to have your client, or would you just like to make some statements, or what would you like to do?
Judge, nothing further. Thank you.
And Ms. Zavala, anything else? I think you made your statement, but did you have something else?
No, Your Honor, and I apologize if I went out of turn on that, but that is all that I had.
Well, in this informal way of doing it, that's great. What I'm hearing everyone say is when this test comes back, and if it is negative or so minimal that it's obvious that he has not used, that it is the plan of everyone to begin some form of visitation between the father and the children. Is that correct? Yes.
The visitation is already happening. They're
Okay.
having visitation.
Okay, but visitation outside of people standing over them, I would assume the reunification would begin in some form. Is that correct?
I would like to staff that with my supervisor before having made a commitment to that.
Okay, well, the goal is reunification. So this thing it's not set for March. I'm seeing that it's set for a final hearing on April the 14th. Rachel, do you have that?
That's what I have, Judge.
I apologize, Your Honor. I had the incorrect date on that.
That's okay. So you have till April, and then if y'all need any kind of a hearing, of course you can set it. But that is set for April the 14th. I would assume that by that time things will have moved a little bit in one way or the other. So Mr. Brown, let me tell you, I want to commend you. You have turned this around, and apparently there's a very strong woman in your life who's helping with this. It looks like the kids appreciate your new wife, and that's wonderful. I'm still required by law to remind you that you have to continue to work your services. It sounds like you've done almost all of them, but just stay on the path that you're on. If you fall off that wagon, though, let me remind you that your rights could still be restricted or terminated. But it looks to me like we're going a totally different direction on this. I do find at this time that reasonable efforts have been made by the department, but as soon as those tests come back, and if the department needs to do their own tests, then I am authorizing that, even if it's outside the timelines of what St. Francis does on spacing out their drug testing. I expect that to be done by St. Francis prior to the April hearing, and attempt to get some sort of a reunification action going. Does anybody else have anything today? Okay. Mr. Brown, did you want to talk to your attorney? Do you have any statements you want to make, or are you fine?
I'm good. Like I said, I think everything was addressed, and I'm just waiting on those results. Got hung up because of that winter storm. So
I hear you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much. We'll go off the record.